Hey Facebook, happy Sunday. Hope you're having a nice Sunday afternoon. I'm going to be teaching a 60-minute live yoga flow class this afternoon. And this class is going to be focusing on your outer hips and outer thighs, kind of like that T-band and side thigh area. So we're going to be getting that stretched and loosened up while simultaneously strengthening the inner thighs and the inner entire line of your body. So you're going to need any specific props today, but if you have a yoga block, I'll be giving some opportunities to use it. If you don't have a yoga block, you could also use a pillow as an alternative, or like I said, you totally can omit it and just ignore my cues when I say, use this. I'm going to be using my Tada rug back there. It's a giant yoga mat that serves also as a giant rug. It's awesome. You could also use a regular yoga mat, a towel, a rug, the bare floor, whatever you have that is comfortable for your body. I suggest having some water nearby and also putting on some music. I can't put on music these videos because Facebook will take it down, but you can play your own music in the background and enjoy. If you want my Spotify playlist, just let me know. All right. Oh, and I also love comments. So if you're watching this video live and you're doing this class, leave me a comment, let me know so I can give you a shout out and also just enjoy your company. All right, let's get started. We're going to come onto our yoga mat. And if you're wearing socks, you might want to take them off. It's a beautiful day out here in Tucson. We're going to start on our backs today. Let's go ahead and lie on down. And let your arms go wherever's comfortable, out to the sides, or on one on your belly, one on your heart. And direct attention to your breath. You don't need to change or manipulate. Simply observe. However your body wants to breathe is just right. Invite a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up your chest and your upper back. Open your mouth, sigh it out. We'll do that 2 more times. Breathe in through your nose, a little bit deeper than last time. Mouth open, exhale for about 2 to 3 counts longer than your inhale. Last time, inhale through the nose, maintaining a softness in the body as you take that deep breath in. Hold for just a moment at the top. Mouth open, sigh it out. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling all the way to the bottom. And then breathe normal, whatever that means for your body today. Draw your knees into your chest and gently rock your torso side to side. Cross your right knee over your left knee so your inner thighs are squeezed together. And draw both knees into your chest. Reach up and grab your shins. So the left hand comes to the right shin and the right hand comes to the left shin. And you're going to pull your feet apart side to side as your knees go into your chest and your tailbone presses down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release and switch sides. Left knee on top of right. Knees come in. Grab the shins. If you'd like to take some ankle rolls, this is a nice time to do that. Shoulders stay soft. Release your legs, knees come back into chest. Drop both knees over to your left. You can gaze up or gaze to your right. Stay right here or draw your right knee into your chest. Grab your right foot with your left hand and push the right foot towards the side, maybe even straightening that leg. Stay active in that leg if you're kicking it into your hand. And then release the top leg. Belly draws in to roll you back to your back. Knees drop to the right. Take a breath here. And stay like that, or add on. Right hand grabs left foot. Kick the left foot off towards the right. Really pressing the heel into the hand. Bend that top knee if you extended. Belly draws in, roll to your back. Again, take a roll across the lower back, side to side. Nice. And then grab onto shins, roll up to seated. Roll over your legs and come into a tabletop position, hands and knees. Spread fingers wide, begin cats and cows. Inhale, lifting heart, tailbone. Then exhale, hollowing belly, pushing the floor away, pushing tops of feet into the ground. You guys are going to get the background music of these chimes right beside me because it's so windy. Keep doing these cats and cows. And feel free to make it a little bit more your own. Maybe taking a side bend in this table or some circles of the spine, the chest, and the hips. Return back to tabletop. Bring your inner thighs to touch, your feet together. Draw your right knee towards your palms and cross your right knee over your left. So just like we did when we were on our backs a moment ago. This might be enough. You could stay there. Or you could start to walk back and sit on to your left foot. So you're sitting on your left heel, right foot is kicking off to the left, and you can stay. Or walk your hands forward. Forward folding, chest reaching forward, kind of like it's in cobra pose. Ribs drawing in. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Shift forward again. Come into tabletop. Uncross the legs, squeezing inner thighs and ankles together. Wiggle it out if you need to. And we'll switch sides. Left knee forward, cross it up and over, sit back onto your right foot. Adding in the forward fold is an option. Everything I say is never a necessity. So you can always make this practice your own. Pick up the pace, slow it down, add things in, take things out. I love when you take care of you. Heart is reaching forward. Slide the shoulder blades down your back. We'll just take 2 more breaths here. 1 more. And shift forward, tabletop position. Uncross the legs, come back into hands and knees. Take a cat and a cow. Push up and back, downward facing dog. Look forward and walk your feet to your hands, bending your knees when you get there. Put your ribs on the tops of your thighs, clasp opposite elbows. Let your torso just hang over. Release your hands to your shins or the earth. Lift your chest, reaching the heart forward. Step your feet together and cross your right ankle in front of your left, so the right foot is stepped outside the left foot. Forward fold again. See if you feel a sensation in the outer left thigh. If you don't feel much, begin to walk your hands towards the right as you draw your left hip back behind you. Take a breath into this. Push strong through the legs. And walk your hands back through center. Uncross. Feet together. Cross the opposite way. Left ankle in front of right. Both feet are flat on the ground. The front knee is going to have a little bend in it. And then you'll fold forward. Again, you can stay right here or add in more by walking your arms to the left and really sliding your right hip back behind you. Push strongly into your right foot. Big breath in. Big breath out. Walk your hands back through center. Uncross both legs. Bend both knees. Sink your hips low. Come up to chair pose. Warming up through the legs and the thighs. Bring more weight into your heels. This will help activate the glutes a little bit more, so we're not just using our thighs to do this work. Chest is lifting, front ribs drawing in, tailbone going straight down. There's a heaviness in the tailbone as the roof of the mouth lengthens up. Inhale, mouth open, exhale. Inhale, stand up, bring your arms by your sides. Step your feet together if they're not still there, and cross your right ankle in front of your left. Inhale, reach your arms up, press your palms together. Now notice if your hips are twisting towards the left, do your best to face them forward, even if that means you need to bend your knees a little bit. Inhale to push through the legs strongly, lengthening. Exhale, side bend towards your left. Turning your belly towards the ceiling. Drawing shoulders away from ears. And pushing your hips towards the right slightly. Squeeze the muscles on the left side of your torso. Inhale, return to center. Release your arms down. Step feet together. Recross the other way. Left ankle in front of right. Both feet flat. Arms come up. Inhale to grow tall. Exhale, side bend up and over. Opposite direction, bending to the right this time. Notice if you can squeeze your inner thighs together a little bit more strongly. As you breathe, can you stretch open the ribs on that left side a bit more? Take one more breath. Inhale, return to center, uncross, and release your arms to the sides. Now, if you have a yoga block, this is where you could use it. It is totally not necessary, but if you have a pillow or a book or something, you could use that as well. You're going to place the yoga block or other item between inner thighs, or just work on squeezing inner thighs together without any extra item. All right, inhale, lift the hands up high. We'll take a few salutations. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, heart reaches. Bend your knees, chest stays lifted, plant your hands. And now you've either got to waddle your feet back or hop your feet back to come into a plank pose. Chest reaching forward, think almost like a cobra in the upper back as the ribs draw in and the shoulders widen. Squeeze the block fiercely. Try to imprint it with your inner thighs. Good. Slight bend in the elbows. Shoulders draw back. Push strong through your palms. Downward dog. Lift the hips. Take a few breaths here, still squeezing that block. Feel your sits bones narrowing towards one another. And slightly roll the sits bones down towards your heels. This will give you a bit more stretch in the middle of the hamstrings muscle belly versus at the attachment sites. And then just like before, reach your chest forward. A little bit like a cobra in just kind of the collarbone area without popping out the ribs. One more breath in and out. Looking forward, bending knees. You've got to do that waddle or hop. Feet between the hands. Squeeze the block. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Dive forward right away. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, waddle or hop. Feet back to plank pose. Good. This time, drop your knees. Keep the block between them. Lower down to your forearms. Interlace your hands. Palms pressed together. Then either walk your knees back, lowering your hips slightly, or lift up your knees and come into a plank on your forearms. Chest reaches forward. Elbows squeeze towards the tops of your feet as your armpits move towards your hips. Squeeze the block. Kick back through your heels. Push the floor away with your forearms. Remember, your knees can be dropped down. So if you've gotten to complaining, take what you need to not be in a complaining state. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And out. Drop the knees back down. Come back up to your palms. Block between thighs. Press into downward facing dog. Really spread the fingers wide. Push down through the knuckles. Push down through the fingers. Feel the heart reaching forward. The arms and legs moving in opposite directions. Bend knees, look forward, waddle or hop. Feet to the front. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Arms sweep high. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. Take whatever's between your legs out if you were using it. And inhale, hands reach high again. Flat back to fold forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, bend knees, waddle or hop, still your choice. Keep the engagement in the inner thigh. So that block's not there anymore, but still feel like you're squeezing it in. Push through your toes, shift forward, drop your knees, your chest and your chin down to the ground. Push through to lie onto your belly. Widen your hands and inhale up for a cobra. Good. Ribs drawing in, pubic bone and tailbone pushing down. Lengthen the back of your neck. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, nose leads, look up, crown of the head lifts. Exhale, roll back down. One more. Inhale, really lengthen through your inner ankles. Exhale to lower. Press up to tabletop position. Tuck toes, downward facing dog. Check into your breath. Can you bring it into this practice a little bit more? Inhale, rise to tiptoes. Exhale, look forward, walk or hop, feet to the front. Inhale, halfway, heart lifts. Exhale, fold. Separate feet hip distance, about 2 fist widths. Bring your left hand down. Bend your left knee deeply. If you feel a stretch in your outer right thigh, you could stay there or begin to twist even towards your right. Bring one hand, your right hand, to your lower back and just notice if your hips have become unlevel. And see if you can flatten that so it's almost like a table. You could put a drink of water, a glass of water right there, and it would be fine. Tailbone reaches back, heart reaches forward. Feel that lengthening in opposite directions. Right hand can reach up and even drape across your lower back, opening your shoulder and your chest. Release to forward fold. Halfway lift, chest lifts. Bend your right knee. Bring your right hand under your chest and stay there or twist open towards the left. Left hand is going to come to your lower back now, right below the small of the back. See if you can feel if one side is sticking up higher than the other. Take your left hand and really grab your left hip crease, pull it back. You could stay there or reach left hand towards the sky. Press your left heel firmly into the ground. Bend your right knee deeply. Feel free to wrap the left hand behind your lower back. And then lengthen heart away from tailbone, roof of the mouth away from tailbone. Forward fold, releasing down. Flat back, lift the heart, grab your hips, push into heels, stand all the way up. Inhale, hands reach high to the sky. Exhale, flat back to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, bend knees, plant palms, chest lifted. Step your left leg back. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Hands can stay on the floor for support or reach up, biceps by ears. Option to stay, working on this lunge, or add in a twist. Hands drawing through your heart, twisting towards the right, hooking left elbow outside right knee. Fire up through the legs, lengthen through your spine, lift your torso away from your thigh. One more inhale to lengthen. One more exhale to twist. Inhale, return to low lunge. Exhale, hands plant down, shift back, half splits. Rise to fingertips. Press your front leg towards straight, kick your heel away from you, and reach your heart forward. Bend back into your front knee, low lunge. We'll keep the fingers down this time, just reach the chest. Exhale, shift hips back, half splits. Shift forward. Shift back. Shift forward. This time stay shifted back. Plant the left hand down. With your right hand, grab the right hip crease. Put your thumb in that hip crease and literally pull the right hip back. You might stay there, or you might reach your right hand high towards the sky. If you want to add even a little bit more sensation, take your left hand outside your right shin. And you could reach up your right hand there, twist, or you could even continue walking your hands towards the right. So it's just the torso and the spine that's moving. The legs stay in that same position. Should feel a nice outer thigh stretch. Maybe nice isn't the right word. Walk your hands back through center, shift back into the low lunge, plant your hands, step to downward dog. You're welcome to lie on your belly, take a cobra or an up dog on your way there. Refind your breath in that down dog. Inhale, rise to tiptoes, bend knees, look forward, walk or hop. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands to heart. Sinking breath with movement. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, flat back to fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step your right leg way back behind you. Drop your back knee, coming into lunge on the second side, low lunge. Again, hands up or hands down. Stay in this lunge or draw hands through the heart. Twist to the left, hooking right elbow outside left knee. Really draw the left hip back. Press your back knee down. Think of dragging it forward. Couple breaths. Breathing is really important in the twists to keep your core strong, to protect your lower back, but also to help you find these little micro movements, getting slightly deeper in a healthy way. Release to low lunge. Exhale, hands frame your front foot. Hips move back, half splits. Front leg presses towards straight. Really draw your left hip crease back as you press long through your inner left thigh. So think of the inner thigh of the front leg lengthening as the outer thigh of the front leg almost kind of shortens, like you're tightening it, zipping it up. Okay, we'll move through that. Shift forward, low lunge, fingers stay down. Exhale, hips back, half splits. Fire up your breathing this round. Soften your face. Soften your shoulders. Next time you're in half splits, stay there. Plant your right hand down. Reach your left hand up. Grab onto the left hip. Use your thumb in the hip crease to literally draw that hip back and down. And then kick along through that inner ankle, that inner thigh. Could stay there or reach the left hand up, twisting open. Lengthen the heart away from the hips. If you need more sensation, cross the right wrist outside the left shin. You should be feeling a little balance challenge as well as an intense outer thigh stretch. Or you can bring the left hand down and walk both hands towards your left, really kicking your left heel away from you. And walk your hands back through center, bend deep into your front knee, down dog. Breath in and out. One more like that. Step your feet together. Reach your right leg high to the sky. Toes the knee point down. Kicks through the heel. Step forward. Warrior one. Back foot is going to come flat to the floor. Back toes point slightly forward. Rise up. Deep bend in your front knee. Looking for level hips. Really press the outer edge of your back foot down. Hands can lift to the sky or stay at hips for support. Draw the belly up and back. Reach the crown of your head. Bend deep into your front knee, not letting it go past your ankle. Good. Full breath in. Full breath out. Big step forward. Both feet are going to meet together at the front of your mat. Bend your knees, find chair pose. Bring your hands to your heart and then open them to a T-like shape. You're going to lift left knee up into your chest and cross it over your right knee, just like we did before laying on your back. Use your left toes like a kickstand outside your right pinky toe. Add on if you'd like by hovering that leg instead, or even wrapping the left foot behind your right calf. Inner thighs are squeezing together. Imagine that block is between them. Stay here or add in your arms. You're taking left arm under right. Bending at the elbows, you could grab opposite shoulders or bring backs of hands together or bring palms together. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders, shift back into your heel. Inhale, squeeze everything in towards your center. Warrior 2, release your arms, lift your left knee, step back, windmill the arms up and open. It's all right, everyone falls and loses balance sometimes, so none of these are meant to be like dancer poses, just do your best. Feel the knees reaching in opposite directions, one forward, one back. Bring the back hand to your back hip, turn your front palm to the sky, and reach up and over. Feel that side bend as your front knee pushes away from you. Reach forward and down, bring your forearm to the front thigh. Reach your top arm up and over. Belly's going to draw in slightly as it turns towards the ceiling. Back foot stays grounded and pushes up and away from you. Return to Warrior 2, straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot slightly closer. Slide your hips back. We're coming into triangle pose. Right hand's going to drop down to calf, ankle, or your big toe. Keeping the chest lifted and stacked above that front thigh. Rise back up with the torso. Grab your hips and adjust your back foot so the back toes point more forward and your back foot will step a little bit more to the left. So your feet are in two different lanes of traffic. Fold forward over your front leg. Bring your hands down to frame your front foot. If your back heel is lifted, step it closer by a few inches to your front foot. Plant your left hand down. You might want to plant it down onto your shin or onto a block. You're going to bring your right hand to your right hip. Use your thumb in that hip crease to draw the right hip back. Stay here or reach the right hand high to the sky. That left hand can be on your shin or on the ground. Really important here to feel length of the crown of the head forward, the tailbone back. Twisting with the belly rather than the hips. Push your feet strongly into the floor. Release both hands down. You're going to walk your hands to your right. Words are hard sometimes. Wait, no, this isn't what I want to do. I lied. Walk your hands to your left. So you're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. Both toes are pointing forward. And now keep walking towards your left. Keep walking, keep walking. And you're going to keep walking your hands all the way outside your left foot. And you're going to roll onto the outer edges of both feet. So you're on the pinky toe edges of both feet. Your hands are to the left. You can walk as far to the left as you would like. Good. And then walk your hands back through to center, all the way around to the original front of your mat. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So now walk your hands to the right, roll onto the pinky toe edges of your feet. Legs are crossed. You might have a slight bend in your knees. You're pressing them towards straight without hyperextending. And then walk your hands back through center. Woo! Plant your hands. Step back. Find downward dog, how you'd like. Notice how your outer hips feel. Left leg lifts high, toes and knee point down. Press strong through palms. Step forward. Warrior 1. Take the time to adjust your back foot and then rise up. Confident gaze like a warrior. Confident breath like a warrior. And confident thoughts like a warrior. Back heel presses down, front knee bends deeply. Get heavier in the tailbone, reaching up through the palate of your mouth. One more grounding breath in and out. And bring your hands to your hips. Take a giant step forward. Chair pose at the front of your mat. This time the right knee is going to cross up and over the left. Again, you can use your right toes to the side like a kickstand. Hover the right leg or wrap it behind your left calf. Shift back into that back heel. Arms can stay out or at your sides. Or add in right arm under left this time. Choose where to grab that suits your body. Squeeze everything in. Gaze at something not moving. And steady your breath. Release your arms, stand up, right knee to chest, slowly step it back. Warrior two, windmill the arms up and out, lining up front heel with the middle arch of your back foot. Front palm lifts, back hand to back hip, reverse warrior two. Big breath in, bend deep into the front knee. Return to center. Reach forward and down with the front forearm, side angle pose. Press strong through your back leg. Shoulders away from ears. Can you draw your ribs in? Inhale, rise back up, straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot slightly closer. Shift the hips back. Find triangle pose. Notice where your thoughts are. See if there's room to quiet them or to direct them to something that serves you. Inhale, rise up. Grab your hips and adjust your back foot. Maybe stepping it slightly closer for some of you. Definitely turning it to point more forward so your pelvis and torso faces front. Hollow at the belly. Fold forward, hands come to the ground. Plant the right hand down. Bring your left hand to your left hip crease and draw the left hip back. Reach the chest forward away from that hip. Then twist towards your left, towards that front leg. You can stay right there or reach the left hand high to the sky, pushing back foot down strongly. Make sure the weight isn't all on one foot. Or you can add on even more by bringing the right hand to the shin or outside that left pinky toe. Big breath in to lengthen through the spine. Big breath out to twist. Release down. Walk your hands to the right. We're coming into that wide-legged forward fold. Then keep walking them to the back of your mat. Pointing the toes to the back of your mat. Then keep walking around to the right and roll onto the outer pinky toe edges of both feet. You should feel this in your outer right leg. And walk your hands back through center, all the way through that wide-legged forward fold. Going for the other side now. Keep walking to the left. Roll onto the outer edges of your feet. Legs are crossed, inner thighs are squeezing together. Release back to center. Plant your hands. Step back plank pose. Chest reaching forward. Knees lifted or dropped. Slow lower down to your belly for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch your legs back. Interlace your hands at your lower back. If this is uncomfortable, just bring the palms to the ground by shoulders. Inhale, lift up your chest. Stretch through your inner thighs, stretch through your inner ankles. Push your tailbone down. Take one more breath. And exhale, release. Hands by shoulders, push back child's pose. Forehead to the mat. 3 breaths. 2 breaths. 1 more inhale. Hold it at the top. Open your mouth, exhale. Stay here as long as you need, or keep moving. Shift up to downward facing dog. Rise to tiptoes. Bend your knees slightly. Feel your inner thighs move away from one another and back behind you. Keep that as you draw your sits bones together and lower your heels towards the ground. Look forward and walk your feet to meet your thumbs. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Tuck your tailbone, hollow belly, push the heels down, roll to standing. When you arrive, shake out any tension you might be feeling. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see a bit better. We're going to go into a standing balance. Bring the weight onto your right foot. Draw your left knee up towards your chest. With your right hand, reach across your body and grab on to your left shin or your left thigh. Keep the pelvis facing front. So we're twisting with the mid-back rather than twisting at the pelvis or the hips to get the hand to the leg. This is a great place to stay. You could add on by reaching the left hand down, grabbing the outer edge of that left foot. I'm sorry, you're reaching the right hand down to grab the left foot. Stay there or press the leg towards straight. It might stay bent. It might straighten completely. Option to add on by extending the other arm, that's the left arm behind you, and maybe even turning your belly to the left. Maybe even turning your gaze to the left. Woo! If you fall over, doesn't matter. There's a floor there to catch you. Just don't hurt yourself, please. Slowly turn to look forward, bend in the front knee, and step down to 2 feet. If you held your breath, now's a good time to bring it back in. We'll do the other side now. Center the weight onto your left foot. Draw the right knee into your chest. We'll start by bringing right hand to right hip and taking the left arm across your body. Grab on to that lifted shin or lifted thigh. Pelvis, abdomen stays facing forward, looking for level hips. Add on by grabbing the foot, kicking it towards straight a little or a lot. Lift the chest, draw the shoulders back. So this extension of the leg is really just an accessory. What's more important is a lengthened spine and a lengthened standing leg. Maybe you're reaching behind you, maybe you're even gazing behind you. Lift up and out of the abdomen, lifting ribs off of your pelvis. Slowly turn your gaze forward, bend in, and step down. We've got one more standing balance to do. Did I hear it? Oh yeah. Bring the weight back onto your right foot. Bend both knees like chair pose. Draw the left knee up into your chest. Flex your right ankle and place it above your right knee. So it's like pigeon, half pigeon, or a figure four. Hands can be out to the sides for balance, or you can bring them to your heart. Shift your hips back as you reach your chest forward. Flex the foot that's lifted in the air and bring the weight into the heel of the foot that's on the ground. You could stay right there, or you could sink a bit deeper, maybe even bringing your fingertips to the floor. Looking to feel a sensation in your outer right thigh, your outer right butt cheek. If you want to add an arm balance in here, this is where you could bend a bit deeper, plant both hands, shift your shin onto your triceps, look forward, reach the heart forward, and maybe lift up your right leg. Options, again, ways to play, but never necessities. And slowly come back to standing, both feet down. Other side, step down onto your left foot, right knee comes up, cross the ankle up and over. The lifted knee, push it down towards the floor. Flex the top foot. Can you stretch your spine forward and back? Shift the weight into your heel that you're standing on. Soften your breath. The softer your breath, the steadier the balance. Then you can add on by bringing your fingers to the ground. You might even choose to bow your head, bending that knee that you're standing on a bit deeper. Or if you took the arm balance last time, this would be the time to make yourself equal. Hands shoulder distance apart. Really squeeze your elbows in as you reach your chest forward. Place your shin onto your triceps, hooking your foot outside your bicep. Shift forward so the weight's in your fingers and lift up your back foot. Good. Keep squeezing the elbows in. Push the floor away. And slowly make your way back to standing, whatever shape you were in. Palms face forward. Take a big inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. At the front of your mat, reach your arms high to the sky. Exhale, flat back to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend knees, plant palms, step or hop. Low push up. Lower all the way down to your belly. Good. Reach your arms out in front of you. We'll bring the pinkies to the ground. Palms will face each other. Separate your legs hip distance. Inhale, look forward. Push your arms down and drag them towards you to lift up through your chest. The pinkies are like blades pushing down into the floor. And then push your pubic bone down, your tailbone down. So you're going to feel like you're kind of puffing up your lower back. That's good. As the arms slide back towards you, try to reach your chest forward past your fingers as you reach through your inner ankles away from your hips. And you could stay right here or add on by lifting the legs a couple inches. If that takes away the puffing up your lower back, keep the legs down. You could stay here or reach the arms up as well. 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2. Last one, really lift. Exhale, lower. Turn your head to look either direction. And look up and over the opposite direction, so you're getting a little bit of a neck stretch the other way. Turn your head to gaze down. Roll onto the right side of your body. You can prop your head up like you're hanging out at the beach. Maybe you are hanging out at the beach. I don't know where you are. You could be anywhere in the world. Okay. Lift your top leg. Should be your left leg if you're laying on your right side. And bend. First of all, bring your right leg kind of in front of you and bend your right knee. And then lift up your top leg, bend it. So you're bringing your left foot towards your left butt cheek. Reach your left hand up and back and grab the top of that foot. So you should feel a little thigh stretch here. And you could stay right here, or you could pick up the foot on the ground, that's the right foot, and cross it above the left knee, flexing that lifted foot. Now you're kind of pushing that left knee forward into your right ankle and your right ankle back into your left knee. You might feel this in your left thigh. You might also feel this in your outer right hip. So really push the knee forward. Little tuck of the tailbone is going to increase sensation here. Release both legs back to center and roll onto your belly. We'll go to the other side. Prop up your head with your left arm. Bend your left knee in front of you so you have some support. Lift your right leg. Bend right foot to right butt cheek. Grab on with your right arm. You could stay right here or pick up the left foot, Cross it in front of your right knee. Flex the left foot strongly. And then push the lifted knee into the lifted ankle and vice versa. That's where you're really going to get the sensation. So you're pushing the left knee down and away as the right knee pushes the left ankle towards you. It's kind of like that standing pigeon we did, but now we're adding a thigh stretch or a quad stretch to it. Okay, release both. And go ahead and roll back onto your belly. And then press up to downward facing dog. Feel length in your spine. Shift forward, top of the push-up, draw your right knee into your chest and kick your right foot towards the left. Plant your right hand down underneath your chest and really draw the elbow in towards your left leg. Stay like this, or spin your back heel down and lift your left arm towards the sky. A little bit of a arm balance prep, side plank prep. Push your feet down into the ground. Drop the left hand back down to the floor. If this is a big sensation, stay right here. You can always bend your back knee, kind of like a tabletop as well. If you want to add more sensation, drop your right hip down to the ground and think of rolling your left hip forward. Don't overdo anything. Kick strong through the right leg, push back through the left heel, and you can walk your hands as far to the right as you need. If you don't feel much stretch in some of these, it probably means your body doesn't need stretched in those areas. Okay, with mindfulness, we're going to return back to downward dog. Shift forward plank pose, draw your left knee into your chest, kick it off to the right, center the left hand underneath your chest, draw that left elbow in towards your midline, roll the back foot flat, and reach your right hand to the sky again. You can always keep both palms firmly planted on the floor. Push your feet into the ground to lift your hips, and lift the ribs right under the armpit, up, up, up. Right hand comes down, flipping the back heel up again. Stay here, or drop the right knee down, or drop the left hip down, keeping the back knee lifted. Flex through the left leg, kick that left leg as hard as you can towards the right. You're turning your belly towards the left. You should feel this in your outer thighs. You might feel it in your lower back, if your lower back is tight as well. Right hip is rolling forward and down. Take one more breath. Mindfulness, you're going to switch back to downward dog. Breath in and out. Right knee forward, half pigeon. Right knee sets down behind right palm. Back knee will point towards the floor. Chest is lifted. Squeeze your inner thighs together a lot so that legs are still active. You could stay upright on the palms, or you could walk the palms forward, make a pillow out of your hands, lay down. Keep squeezing the legs together, so really tacking that right hip back. If you need more sensation, walk your left knee further back behind you. Weight is equal between right and left hips. Sometimes we like to just sit on one. Notice your breath. If you're lowered, come back up to palms. Tuck back toes under, downward dog. Big breath in and out. Left knee comes forward, half pigeon on the other side. You never want to feel any pain in your knee in these poses. If you do, readjust, back off, take a rest. Lengthening through that back inner thigh. And then squeeze your inner thighs together. You might even feel like that lifts up your hips a little bit. It might even feel like it tucks your tailbone a little bit. We aren't trying to tuck our tailbone under. We're just letting it be heavy towards the ground. And we're staying active in the legs. Again, you can forward fold or stay upright. Breathing into whatever you're choosing. You get to hear all the sounds of Tucson in the background, airplanes, trains, Interstate 10, the neighbor's dog. And slowly come back up to your palms. We'll step back to our last downward dog of class. Notice how this down dog may or may not feel different than before, than your first one. Shift forward, come into hands and knees, tabletop position. Just like we did at the beginning of class, cross your right knee over your left knee. Inner thighs squeezing together, and walk back, sit onto your left foot. You can stay right there, or add on by shifting forward slightly, kick your left foot towards the right, and sit down between both of your feet. Turn so I can face you. And you could stay there, or forward fold, or you could even add a little bit of a twist towards your right. So just know that I'm not mirroring you right now, so it'd be towards your right, even though on the screen it looks like I'm twisting to the left. Slowly rise back up to center and back into your tabletop position, uncrossing. Switching sides, left knee on top of right, walk back, sit onto your right foot. Option 1 to stay here, or kick the right foot to the side, sit both sits bones between, stay upright, forward fold, or twist towards your left. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, softening. Turn your gaze forward. Unwind the rest of the body if you were twisted, otherwise rising back up to seated. Shift forward to tabletop position. Uncross your legs. Move your legs out of the way. Extend your legs in front of you. Reach your arms in front of you. Point through your feet. Tuck your tailbone and slowly roll onto your back, trying to kick your legs away from you as you roll down. Whew. Can't talk and do that one at the same time. You get there, bring knees into chest. We'll find a happy baby. Opening up those inner thighs that we engaged so much today. You might press one or both legs towards straight. You might rock side to side across your lower back. If there are any other last postures you need to feel complete in your practice today, this would be a good time to take them. If you feel complete, this is also your time for Shavasana. You could extend your legs straight out, let your arms come by your sides, or you could take Shavasana today with your feet in Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose, feet together and letting your knees fall out to the sides. You might bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or just let them flop out. When you arrive in Shavasana, let go of breath control. Soften the space around your eyes. Soften your throat. I encourage you to rest for at least 3 minutes, if not 5, if not 10. Letting yourself just breathe. Enjoying the benefits of this yoga practice. So that you can rest here as long as you'd like without interruption, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you for joining me in this practice today. I appreciate you. Please leave a comment if you did the class. Let me know how you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.